They asked someone for a ride, but Nicholasville police say two men ended up robbing the Good Samaritan. Now investigators hope surveillance video helps find them.
He's never going to get to hold his child. He's never going to get to play with him.
A heartbroken Eastern Kentucky woman says someone killed her boyfriend just weeks after she found out she was pregnant.
What police and shoppers are saying tonight after a series of robberies targeting Dollar General stores in Madison County.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. We enjoyed some nice fall weather across the Bluegrass today, but don't expect it to last.
That's right. We are seeing and we are feeling more changes moving in starting tonight, tomorrow. We begin tonight with WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and your no-wait weather forecast.
Yeah, guys, got a big, think of it as a bowling ball area of low pressure that is spinning across parts of the Great Lakes right now. And instead of the weather pushing this along from west to east, guess what's happening? We don't have the jet stream to kind of move this out of the area, so it's just going to slowly work its way toward the south. That's right. This is coming in from north to south, and by tomorrow, that front is going to be right on top of central and eastern Kentucky, producing showers and thunderstorms. And you see what's behind that. You got chilly air, a lot of clouds, some on and off showers that will kick into high gear for Thursday and Friday. Here's the hour-by-hour future radar. How about we go through the middle of the overnight? We're still dry for many of us when we wake up tomorrow morning. Here we go at 8 o'clock in the morning. Look at the lines of showers and maybe some gusty thunderstorms. We go through the middle of the morning toward the midday hour. Many of us are dry until noontime or thereafter. We get these showers and thunderstorms that will dive in from northwest to southeast. So get the umbrellas ready. We've got gusty showers and storms and temperatures, guys, that'll border on chilly. 11:13 is the time. That's the hour-by-hour updated forecast coming your way.
Chris, thank you. Now to a breaking international story we're tracking tonight. Israeli media reporting that former Israeli President Shimon Peres has died. This comes 2 weeks after he suffered a major stroke. He was 93. Peres helped secure an interim peace accord with Egypt, which formed the basis of an historic treaty signed between Israel and Egypt. And he received the Nobel Peace Prize for his work, which led to the Oslo Accord signed between Israeli and Palestinian leaders. A man was just trying to be kind by giving two strangers a ride, but Nicholasville police say those people ended up robbing him at gunpoint.
These are some surveillance pictures of the two suspects police say they're looking for. They also say the robbery turned violent at one point, and now police have a warning for the community. WKYT's Monique Blair has our top story at 11.
Just before 9 o'clock Monday night, Nicholasville police say these two men were inside the five-star gas station on South Main Street. When they left, police say they asked a stranger who was outside for a ride. Nicholasville police tell me the two suspects asked the man who was driving the car to take them here near the intersection of John Sutherland Drive and Platt Drive. But once they got here, one of those suspects who was wearing a black hat pulled out a gun. Police say at that point the suspects demanded money from the victim.
Initially he did. He provided the money, and then he had an opportunity to try to take the gun, in which time a struggle ensued inside the car.
Police say the gun did go off, but the bullet landed inside the victim's car cushion.
You know, the best thing I can tell people is just comply. Just do what they say, regardless of the opportunity that you think you have. It could turn out to be tragedy, and we could be working a different case today.
After the suspects got the money from the victim, they ran away on foot. Now police are asking for your help in identifying these two men who took advantage of a person who was simply just trying to help them out.
You know, this situation, this guy was just doing somebody a favor, he thought, and look where he ended up. And so I hate to say that our society has become this, but you just have to be cautious in people who you pick up and who you think about giving a ride to.
In Nicholasville, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And police say the suspects will likely face robbery and assault charges once they're caught.
New tonight, investigators are trying to identify some human remains found in eastern Kentucky this afternoon. The remains were found in the Milo community of Martin County. Police say they have been sent to Frankfort for identification. Investigators are also trying to figure out a cause of death. The remains were found in the same area where Scotty Fannin disappeared last December. Police say he was last seen walking in Milo. New tonight, we're learning more about a Bell County murder victim. Police say 24-year-old Chris Kennedy was shot to death last week inside his Middlesboro home. His girlfriend, Janelle Barnett, says she found him dead on his couch. She says nothing was taken from the home. She says she can't understand why someone wanted to kill Kennedy.
To know that somebody is walking around that walked into somebody's house and murdered a man for absolutely nothing, not even $1, that's terrifying.
And Barnett says she just found out a few weeks ago that she is pregnant. She says if the baby is a boy, she'll name him after Kennedy. Police have not made any arrests for the murder.
New tonight, a man has died a day after being injured in a Russell County crash. State police say 19-year-old Logan Hudson of Russell Springs died this morning at UK Hospital. Police say Hudson's SUV was hit by another SUV that crossed the center line of Highway 379 near Russell Springs yesterday morning. They're still trying to figure out what led to the crash. Police say 2 other people were injured but have been released from the hospital. In Powell County, police say 2 people died today in a crash on the Mountain Parkway. It happened around noon in the eastbound lanes near Clay City. Police say a tire blew on a 1962 Chevy 2, causing the car to crash. They say a man and woman inside the car died. The accident is the 3rd deadly crash on that stretch of the Mountain Parkway in the last week.
Tonight, police have increased patrols around Dollar General stores in Madison County. This comes after they say 2 of the stores were robbed and attempted robbery at a 3rd store. All the crimes happened within the last few days, and police think they could all be connected. New at 11, WKYT's Garrett Weimer talks to Dollar General shoppers.
For many shoppers, it was just another errand. Pull in, shop, and go. But it was hard not to hear what happened just the night before.
It's pretty nuts. I mean, it's sad really that homeless people working here are getting robbed and threatened at gunpoint.
And this store was only the most recent, the 3rd robbery or attempted robbery at Madison County Dollar General stores in just 2 days. Police believe this man is their robbery suspect, even stealing a long-sleeved camo shirt from another Berea store, police say, and wearing it when he robbed one on Prince Royal Drive.
We got some great footage of him in both stores. Some good close-ups, so we're hoping to get some information off of those.
Berea police here say they're staying vigilant, keeping an extra eye on Dollar Generals and other similar stores in the area.
And if this person is willing to show a weapon, you know, he very well could be willing to use a weapon. So that's why we're placing a pretty big priority on this case. We want to get this person caught as soon as we can.
The string of robberies hasn't kept shoppers from the stores, but several I talked to say they're glad police are stepping up patrols.
Hope the guy gets caught because he doesn't deserve to be around. You know, he deserves to be in jail.
In Madison County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Police say they think the suspect got away in a small truck that might have been spray painted black.
New tonight, state police have arrested a man in Fleming County following a child exploitation investigation. Police say they had been investigating 26-year-old Joseph Fulton online. They arrested him late this afternoon. He's now facing more than 60 charges related to the distribution and possession of matter portraying a sex performance by a minor. Lexington police say a man could be connected to more than a dozen burglaries and thefts in a neighborhood. They say 25-year-old Jared Dunaway is considered to be a person of interest in the case, and they're now looking for him. The crimes happened in the Holiday Road area in the Fairway neighborhood. Police say televisions have been stolen from back porches and patios, and lawn equipment has been taken from garages. People living in the neighborhood say they're now taking extra precautions.
I think that the more attention is brought to the fact that this neighborhood is tightening up and being more careful, I think that will discourage people from coming around here.
Lexington police say Dunaway is also wanted on failure to appear, shoplifting, and terroristic threatening and burglary charges.
New tonight, a suspicious package caused some tense moments at Charlotte, North Carolina Police Headquarters. After finding the package inside the building late this afternoon, police evacuated much of the building and blocked off streets nearby. Police say a robot later removed the package and it was taken to a remote area to be investigated. No word yet on what was inside the package, and this comes a week after Charlotte police shot and killed a black man, Keith Scott, which led to protests in the city.
After a debate that drew a record audience, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump returned to the campaign trail today. But in 9 minutes, why a comment Trump made years ago is back in the spotlight.
Also ahead here on WKYT News at 11, check your freezer. why Tyson is recalling some of its chicken nuggets.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Putting to bed one of the best weather days of the entire year in my book. It was vintage fall in Kentucky, at least the late September version of it. Had the blue skies, low humidity, and 70 to 75 degree highs after a very cool start and a cool ending out there. Look at the numbers, and you will notice many of us into the mid and upper 50s. Get into Danville, 50, Monticello, Wayne County. Hey, you're the leader of the pack right now at 47 chilly degrees already. Defender Radar Network has been fairly calm and quiet. Had some action yesterday. It's going to get a lot more action over the next couple of days, courtesy of this bowling ball area of low pressure that is spinning across the Great Lakes, and it is dropping in from north to south, and that's going to bring some nasty weather to the Ohio Valley, including right here in Kentucky. Let's fast forward to tomorrow. That same low is drifting its way into parts of Indiana, and again, it is coming in from due north to south, and by the time you get into Thursday, look at the spin on that. It is showing up right across Kentucky. Tries its very best to head toward the south, and it puts the brakes on, and watch it come right back to the north as we go into Friday. And you see the blue colors illustrating the chillier air. So you get the chilly temperatures, you get some gusty winds, some rounds of showers, and maybe a rumble of thunder, a little peak of sunshine, and then you kind of do it all over again with that low pressure right on top of you. Tomorrow's an interesting day. Upper 40s when you wake up, low 70s, maybe mid 70s around noontime, and then the numbers drop quickly toward the low and mid 60s by 5 or 6 o'clock as rain settles on in. Some gusty showers and thunderstorms into tomorrow evening, and by this time tomorrow night we're likely to be a little cooler than we are right now. Hour by hour forecast, hot off the presses. Let's check it out together. Noon tomorrow into the early part of the afternoon. Farther north you are, the better the chance of seeing a shower or thunderstorm. Most of the first half of tomorrow, pretty good shape. Then all of a sudden, everything goes downhill quickly as we get into the late afternoon and early evening as you get that line of showers and some thunderstorms. Eastern Kentucky, you may get through the majority of the daylight hours tomorrow in pretty good shape. Then you get into tomorrow evening, you'll see the rains arriving. We go into Thursday. Here's that low right on top of the area. Did you see that noontime? 56 degrees. How about 60, 62, 63, 64 at 5 o'clock in the afternoon? That's with the clouds and some scattered showers around. We go into Friday. You see the spin showing up in the hour by hour. Notice how the precip is wrapping around that low pressure. And again, you get under clouds, you get under rain. 60 to 65 as good as it's going to get. That same model just through Friday is spitting out some decent totals, and you can see the spin right around that area of low pressure. It's spitting out greater than an inch of rain into parts of central and eastern Kentucky. It's not a bad thing. We could use a little drink of water, especially as we get closer to that fall forest fire season, which begins on Saturday. With a couple of showers around Saturday morning, get into Saturday afternoon, things get a lot better, and it's up and away from there. 69 on Sunday and 70 to 75 and dry early next week. The next 2 or 3 days, though, remember last week I said the pot of chili alert was out? Yeah. This is it for the week ahead.
Ready to cook it up.
Yes,
I need to find my sweaters and jackets and all those other things.
You really do. And the raincoats, too. But, yeah, fall weather gear, get after it. Get them out of the closet.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
All right, guys.
Some Lexington police officers took on a new role tonight while they were serving tables at a restaurant in 8 minutes. A day after the most watched presidential debate in U.S. history, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump went back on the campaign trail in key battleground states.
But much of the focus today was about remarks Trump made more than a decade ago about a beauty queen. Craig Boswell has the latest from both campaigns.
Donald Trump rallied supporters in Melbourne, Florida, insisting he was the big winner in Monday's debate with Hillary Clinton.
For 90 minutes, I watched her very carefully. And I was also holding back. I didn't want to do anything to embarrass her.
A big moment on the debate stage was when Clinton argued Trump embarrassed Miss Universe 1996.
He called this woman Miss Piggy. Donald, she has a name.
Where did you find
her
this?
name
Where
is
did you find
Alicia
this?
Machado.
Trump tried to explain his comments about the former Venezuelan beauty queen on Fox.
She gained a massive amount of weight, and it was a real problem.
Tuesday, Alicia Machado told reporters she was devastated.
For me, these elections are like a bad dream. You know, watching this guy again doing stupid things and stupid comments.
With only 6 weeks to Election Day, polls show the race is a virtual tie. Hillary Clinton campaigned in North Carolina with a spring in her step.
Did anybody see that debate last night?
She announced she will team up with former rival Bernie Sanders to make college debt-free.
We're also going to work so that you can refinance the debt you already have at much lower rates.
Both candidates will continue to focus on key battleground states that could decide the next president. Craig Boswell, CBS News, New York.
The next presidential debate will be in St. Louis on October 9th. The vice presidential debate will be held next Tuesday.
New tonight, surveillance video shows 2 burglars inside a Perry County restaurant. Hazard police say 2 men broke into Lee's Famous Recipe on East Main Street overnight. The video shows them heading straight for a safe under a counter. Police say the burglars stole about $300, but they also walked by an open cash register without taking anything from it. Police say the burglars were in and out of that restaurant within a minute. So far, police have not made any arrests. Also new tonight, police say they've seized 75 pounds of marijuana in Russell County. The Russell County Sheriff's Office says it was part of a joint investigation with state police. The sheriff sent us this picture of the marijuana. Deputies say this afternoon they arrested 39-year-old David Lopez of Russell Springs as part of the investigation. He's been charged with trafficking marijuana.
New tonight, Tyson Foods recalling more than 132,000 pounds of its chicken nuggets. The recall affects 5-pound bags of fully cooked panko chicken nuggets sold at Costco stores around the country. Here's a look at the packaging of those bags. And Tyson says a small number of customers reported finding small pieces of plastic in the chicken. No injuries have been reported, and Tyson says it's issued the recall out of an abundance of caution.
Some Lexington police officers took the night off from patrolling the streets to raise money for a good cause. They waited tables at the Texas Roadhouse in Beaumont as part of the Tip-A-Cop program. The tips the officers collected while serving customers will be donated to Special Olympics Kentucky. Lexington police say they're proud of the partnership they have with Special Olympics.
The awareness for individuals with intellectual disabilities is something that is near and dear to Special Olympics, along with the Lexington Police Department and our support of their programs.
Tip-A-Cop is one of the events of the annual Law Enforcement Torch Run, which includes a series of relay runs and special events around the world to help Special Olympics. Looks like they were doing a good job tonight.
You have to tip a police officer well. Well, all right, good. Just ahead, we'll hear from Kentucky's quarterback, Stephen Johnson. Rob.
The junior college transfer getting ready for his second start. How does he feel about going into Alabama? And the Cats' wealth of depth at running back, not quite as deep tonight. Sports is next on WKYT. Kentucky was pretty well stocked at running back, but word tonight that Michael Horton has left the team. Horton, now a junior, was a 4-star recruit out of Westchester, Ohio. Last season, he ranked 3rd on the team in rushing, 318 yards. This season, he had only 3 carries for 12 yards in the first 4 games of the season. Now, Horton's decision to transfer is likely directly tied to the emergence of freshman running back Benny Snell, who has taken over the bruiser role in the backfield. In 2 games, Snell has rushed for more than 200 yards and 5 touchdowns. He provides a good change of pace from the speedy Boom Williams.
You know, Boom he's a big play guy. You know, he's real fast. So, you know, earlier in the downs, you know, when he can get all those yards, he's real vital. But, you know, when we need the short yards or after a first down, after we just got the short yards, you know, both of us are just a good duo.
UK offensive coordinator Eddie Gran said the Cats have had 2 good practices as they get ready to take on Alabama Saturday night down in Tuscaloosa. Stephen Johnson getting his second start at quarterback last weekend. Johnson now has 3 games under his belt. Remember, he saw action against Florida in Gainesville, and he believes playing in that atmosphere will help him.
I think it prepared me a lot. It definitely his team as well. I mean, Alabama's no joke. You know, they're number 1 for a reason. They're going to probably have the same speed, if not faster, than Florida. That atmosphere in Tuscaloosa is going to be off the charts. So, I mean, it's definitely prepared us as an offense and as a team going down there to Florida. And we'll see if we're ready or not.
Shoot, it's all about Alabama now. I mean, I've forgotten the last game.
You know, you got to move on in this deal, or you're in trouble. And it's hard. You got to take the victories and be happy for about 12 hours, and then you got to move forward.
So it's down to Tuscaloosa Saturday night. It's a 7 o'clock game. It'll be televised on ESPN. Through 3 games, EKU is one of the most penalized teams in all of FCS football. The Colonels are averaging 99 yards in penalties a game. One of the things that Coach Mark Elder did during the bye week last week, work on his team's discipline. Against Ball State 2 weeks ago, the Colonels penalized for 128 yards. The coach made his team do an up and down for every penalty yard.
There was a lot of penalties, and a couple penalties don't hurt you, but as the time goes through and we keep on getting 15 yards, 15 yards, 15 yards, over time it hurts. And like with the up downs, the first couple ones don't really hurt that much, but once you get to about 40, 50, they start hurting.
Scott Strickland named the new athletic director today at Florida. He's a former associate AD at Kentucky, and he spent the last 6 years as athletics director at Mississippi State.
You spend any time in the SEC, you get used to challenges. I mean, this is a big, hairy conference, and it's, you know, every day is you got to be ready to get after it. I admire so much what has happened here, and so it was much more excitement than it was trepidation.
And New Orleans Pelicans star Anthony Davis is 23 years old, but the young man just continues to grow. Davis said on a podcast he grew an inch over the summer, and he is now listed at 6'11", and he doesn't like it. Anthony said, "I think 6'10" is like the perfect height for me, and it sounds perfect. I don't care if I'm 7'3", I will always tell people I'm 6'10", but I grew an inch. Maybe it's the hair." He weighs 250 pounds now, too. We'll be right back.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is less than 1 minute away here on WKYT. And tonight's guests include Sean Penn.
I was just asking for my own personal forecast for tomorrow. I'm shooting a story at 11:30.
You just wanted it
Kinda
straight
need
to
to
the
know.
minute.
Yeah.
Exact location. That's what I do for everybody out there. I give the forecast for their backyard. Okay, maybe
We
not,
wish.
but you know what? Tomorrow, first half of the day, most of us are dry. Pretty good start to the day. Second half, later in the afternoon and early evening, showers, thunderstorms increase. Temperatures will decrease as the rains move in. Look at that, low 60s Thursday and Friday.
That's
Rob,
all I
you
wanted
need a
you to
forecast?
say.
I know, right?
Any particular time?
No.
No? You're easy.
Well, if you do, call Chris. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Here's my number. It's 8.